A Siddha by birth, Yogiraj Siddhanath was born on the 10th of May 1944.
We must all realize that humanity is one's only religion, breath one's only prayer, and consciousness one's only God.
At the foot of a little hand-built Shiva temple on the gentle slopes of the forest realm, in the valley of Sitamai at Simhagad, lies the Hamsa Yoga Ashram. Located 30 kilometers from the city of Pune, the ashram shares the same sacred soil which spiritual masters have enlivened for over 5,000 years. Quite simply and effortlessly, Yogi Raj reveals to the initiated and the uninitiated alike how, at the level of consciousness, all humanity is one. Thus, acting as a catalyst for positive change and towards inner transformation, Hamsa Yoga Sangh helps you witness your innermost self flowering and evolving into a newer being. Let not precious moments slip by. Seek now the ultimate truth. Jiva Hamsa, spread your wings to fly, immortal realms which death defy.
ये कालचा पाणी आहे का? This is yesterday's water?
No, it's new.
This morning, first we will be in silence and introduce ourselves to one another, that at the level of consciousness, humanity is one. Still your mind and still yourself. Babaji's Kriya Yoga is the alchemy of total transformation. It is not a religion. It is not a cult. It is not a creed. It is you. It is you. Humanity as one's larger self. The Mahavatar Babaji Kriya Yoga is an alchemy of total transformation. It is a dynamic process of pran, the spinal canal, and thereby transforming the latent impressions stored in your subconscious mind into positive life energy growth. When you move the breath of Kriya Yoga, there is a string, tenuous neuron-like thing called the Sushumna Nadi, the spinal cord, within which is the Sushumna Nadi, Sushmana. When you move the breath, it is a process of Kriya Yoga. What does the breath do? It contacts certain astral plexes known as the pranic lotuses, known as the chakras. And when it passes through the chakras, it nullifies your negative karma along with bodily disease, mental disease of stress and tension, emotional suffering is all transformed to positive life energy growth, because holding your astral chakras is the DNA. Each individual has his own set of genomes, his DNA. In the DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. So say the scientists. But that is only a shadow of the pranic chakras, which are the true source, the vortex of energy, which link the spiritual to the material. So when these chakras have generated a house, made a house for themselves called the DNA. Now the DNA has on it what is called nitrogen nubs, 4 nitrogen nubs. They're like tape recorders, and they film. It's like a DVD, like in Europe they say Devao Day. So it's a Devao Day which records all your past deeds and actions. Nobody can escape from it. You know, if you're saying I'm a great dietitian and going in the night to your fridge and eating the best of chocolates, it's all recorded in the DNA, the Devao Day. And it's not only an audio cassette, it's the damn problem is that it's a DVD. So, so if I sit like this and from my projector, I project my DVD, you can see on the screen my whole life story of past, present and future. Now, the Kriya breath, that's the great divine genius of Babaji. What does the Kriya breath do? By intent. There's a saying in yogic parlance, Jaha chitta vaha pran, Jaha chitta vaha pran. Wherever the concentrated mind is, there the pran shall be. So this breath, this pranic life energy rubs out the tape on the DNA. The tape recorder can be rubbed out and nullified. That's why this is a dynamic process and a very scientific process. That's why the oldest tradition in the world is the tradition of the Siddhas. They straddle Buddhism, they straddle Jainism, they straddle the yogis of the Garhwal Himalayas. And older than the Siddha tradition are the elite of the Siddhas who are ever immortal, called the Nath yogis. Nath Siddhas, the Siddhanaths. Now this oldest of tradition wanted to expound this technique, this dynamic process of evolution, the evolution of spiritual consciousness to the West. Therefore they had to take some body, put in it some soul of a yogi. They put in this body, my soul, given me this body. It's okay, I've got a broken leg and a cracked up skull, not much brains, but they made a useful guy out of this body. And he has to relate and translate to them a digital scientific language before he goes to the devotional language. So when this breath moves in the DNA, it has a frictional action on the DNA, that is the life energy and the DNA create a friction, and by this friction the karma. How many of you know or have heard of the word karma? Raise your hand. Yeah, but now I'm going to tell you how the karma, where it is lodged and how it can be dissolved, which none of the techniques here tell you. For 60 years plus I've done yoga and nothing yoga, and I've been to all the systems and everywhere, and that's where the genius of Babaji lies, that this is the only technique which can dissolve your negative karma. पापों को भस्म करके नवजीवन जागृति ज्योत जगाती है. It burns your past evil karmas and creates a new life awakening in you. New life awakening. This is what the Kriya Yoga does. It's very important to understand this, that it's a dynamic process of the evolution of spiritual consciousness. It is very simple. The more absorption, the more concentration you do it with, the more you will be absorbed. That means the more concentration you will do it, the more you will slip into meditation. Meditation cannot be done. I hear people saying here, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You cannot meditate. I'm going to open the flower. This is a beautiful bud of a sunflower, of a lotus or a rose. I'm going to open it. No. You have to water the plant and the flower will open itself. Otherwise you'll break the petals. Aye. So you can't meditate. Nobody can meditate. Meditation happens as a result of concentration. Concentration is the practice of spiritual growth. You must know it. The word is called sadhana. Sadhana is the practice of spiritual growth. Now when you do this sadhana, shwasa dhane sadhana, the breath is the practice of spiritual growth. When you constantly breathe, it gets subtler and subtler into life energy. And when you get life energy control, it dissolves the karma which are latent in the pranic lotuses of your spine. So your destiny is in your spine. Your destiny is in your spine. You don't expect me to get more specific than this, do you? Is this specific enough for you? So therefore, does it give you something to strive for? Because the only purpose of man's sojourn on this earth is to seek God. But the question is, it is so slow. If I'm chanting Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare, I will get there. No doubt. I will get there. Even if I start walking from here to Santa Clara, definitely I'll get there. But if I take a car, I will get there faster. So this is the lightning path. People of eagle hearts cannot wait to see their beloved. Their beloved is God, and He is camouflaged behind the smile of your loving girlfriend. He is camouflaged between the beautiful red Ferrari that you own. And they are very possessive, and it's good here in America. I saw a guy with a Ferrari, and at the back number plate it was written, she's red, she's hot, and she's mine. You want to totally possess that car, and It's okay. So I asked him, where's your girlfriend? And he said, it doesn't matter, it's this thing. But you touch his car, and say, don't touch the car. So that's his new girlfriend. That's okay. But it is God which is giving him the joy behind the Ferrari. It's God which is giving you the joy behind the loving arms of your husband. It's God that is behind giving you the joy of the food that your wife cooks for you. Everything behind every good action is God. But you get deluded. You get deluded into these minor things and forget the goal. Leonardo tried to bring a technique of Heda Khan Babaji from this thing. I had a talk with Heda Khan Babaji. I told him, this is Leonardo. He's gone off the track. Instead of preaching divinity, he preached immortality. Immortality is a byproduct of divinity, not immortality for itself. And also the Nath Yogis and the Siddhas of the Himalayas do not do body immortality for the sake of immortality. They keep a fine body, the rainbow body full of light, free from the ravages of time. Not because they want a divine body of rainbow light, free from the ravages of time. Because they want such a body so that in a healthy body temple they can house a healthy God. That more of the divinity will come into them. So divinity, God, the divine consciousness itself is the sole purpose of your sojourn on this earth, not the yogic beauty spa of body immortality. That's the spa. And you go to the yogic spa, your cells will stop, degenerating. They will stop. But that will happen. Don't focus on that. It will happen by virtue of your yearning for God. It takes a long time. If I go from here to Santa Clara walking or to San Francisco, it will take me some days. If I go by car, it's faster. If I go by the speed of light, if I travel at the speed of light, it will take me 8 minutes from here to the sun. Take me a few seconds from here to the moon. It's faster. But if I have to cross the universe, at the speed of light, then 10 million? 100 million? 100 million light years.
10 million.
10 billion. That is the galaxy, not the, did I say universe? If I cross the galaxy, then it will take 100 million years, 100 million light years. But if I cross the galaxy 500 times, 5 million times the speed of light, it will take 2 or 3 months. If I travel at 70 billion times the speed of light, it will take me 2.5 to 3 months to cross the whole universe. So this is the expanse. But what happens in meditation? Light, space, and time becomes gravitational. It becomes the gurutva, the gravity of the inner knowing of God. And God has no time. His center is everywhere. His circumference is nowhere. He is boundless. That is the person about whom we are talking, about whom we are searching. Of course, I cannot tell you the essence of it. I can only tell you the pointers. I can tell you about you, how you can get to the being about whom naught may be said. So I'm talking about everything but that being about whom naught may be said. But still it's just so encouraging. It points the direction. It gives you the way. It shows you the light. What does the Guru do? He's the lighthouse. He's the navigator. He shows you the light. Takes you avoiding the pitfalls which he has been through, which you don't have to go through. Therefore, it's necessary for a master to guide the disciple along the path. Aye?
Aye.
Now, it takes a million years to express cosmic consciousness, which is also called the Krishna consciousness. This is all self-realization, just a wee bit below God realization. It's also called the Christ consciousness. It is called the Nath Mandala, that's connected with us. The Nath Mandal or the Buddha field. So to get to the Buddha field, to get to your beloved Krishna or your Christ or your divine goddess, whoever, you would not like to practice for a million years. It's too long for the brain cells to express cosmic consciousness. Kriya Yoga, Babaji's Kriya Yoga is the lightning path. It is the lightning path which makes you speed up your evolution. And I'm giving you an approximation. If you do 144 of the Kriya, you will reach in a certain time. If you do it faster, if you do 10 to 16 hours, 18 hours a day, you'll get self-realized or God-realized in 3 years. If you do 8 to 10 hours a day, it will take you 6 years. If you do about 6 to 8 hours a day, it will take you about 12 years. And if you do 2 hours to 3 hours a day, it will take you 24 years. So 2 to 3 hours or 2 hours is enough. That is the group which I'm dealing with here, about 1 to 2 hours a day, which they can comfortably do without upsetting their day-to-day program, their chores, which they call, their work is called here. When they go and do some work, they say here, I've got to run my errands. So they're going to run their errands. So they've got a lot of time to run the errands. But then who's going to run the errand of God? We have God's errands to run also. And where do we run God's errands? The messenger of the errand itself, and God become one. This is the purpose of running all errands. To become one with the errand and the object. So, this is what Kriya Yoga is all about. It is called the lightning path also. It speeds up the evolution of consciousness. I am not here to teach you any religion or cult. I am not here to convert you to Islam or the Muslim religion. Neither am I here to make you a Jehovah's Witness or a Hare Krishna or a Shaivite or a Siddha Yogi. I am here to tell you about you. I am here to tell you about you. And therefore I tell you that the community that we form, we must all realize that humanity is one's only religion. Breath, one's only prayer, which we will be doing in Kriya Yoga. And consciousness, one's only God. Those who don't want to breathe need not pray with us. Those who don't accept themselves as human beings need not join our community humanity. So it's community humanity is very small at the moment in this frame of definition. But in truth, in fact, it is the whole of the human race. We have a following, we have a group of like-minded people, of fact-minded people, of 6,200,000,000 people. That's our database, warehousing database. 6,200,000,000, that's the population of the people on earth. And therefore, anything less than this would create a cult. Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam are all cults. But humanity is not a cult. Humanity is the existence of souls on this earth who want to realize the true nature of their being. With this, I will begin to give you the empowerment, the initiation into the Babaji's Kriya Yoga. Initiation, every time you get, it helps your life energy to flow and assists in the expansion of your consciousness. It assists in the expansion of your consciousness. Please raise your hands, those people who are to be empowered. I believe it's the first row people. And okay. I'm going to whose is this? Okay. Can you catch? Give it.
If earth peace is to herald the dawn of the new age, realize that
Humanity is one's only religion, breath one's only prayer, and consciousness one's only God.